like reservations. Exhale and breathe, I'm praying for some patience. Proceed, I think I might as a kite.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, hello everyone. Welcome to episode 8, Bachelor in Paradise pre-party. Let's do it. Hello everybody, how's everyone doing here? Good to see everyone in the chat. It's been 8 days, can you believe it? I just realized I didn't turn one of those lights on. All right, hold on a second. All right, we're back. Okie dokie. Just when you... a little rusty, folks. A little rusty. Natalie, hello. Lauren, Jess, Hunter, Bruce, Danielle. Everybody else. How's everyone doing? Let's put some music on that's going to be... not... excuse me, vocals. No vocals, just your boy, Instrumental Dave. Let's do it. How's everyone doing out there? If you ever do a comedy show in Philly, I'm there. I'd love to go to Philly and try the water. I've heard it's good. Get a Oogie over there at Wawa's. Was that a decent? Wow. Wait, we have... Hold on a second, folks. Hold on a second. We need to get to this. Ladies and gentlemen, breaking news. Hunter has... Am I hearing this right? A boyfriend, ladies and gentlemen. That's been breaking news. Tell us the deets. What's going on? Trying to figure things out. Amber's watching in Hawaii. How are you? Good to see you there in Hawaii over in the islands. All right, let's get some music going on here. Give me a second. Give me a second here. How's everyone doing? Everyone doing all right? Doing okay? Show in Vegas. Here's the problem. I need to fill enough seats that I can do a show. You know, that's where we'll get there, folks. Trying to warm it up right now. Gonna come to you guys. Speaking of shows, got one coming up next Monday. This is a big one, actually, because it's at the Hollywood Improv, where some of the best comedians in the world perform. By the way, rest in power, Norm Macdonald, one of the funniest comedians of all time, passed away today from cancer, as it gets even the best of us. But I'll be there next Monday. I believe that's a Monday, yeah. And anyway, so that's my shameless plug. All right, this is not... Okay, this music is not going to work for me. So let me find something else. Okie dokie. How's everyone doing? Yeah, we got in yesterday. Let me just say, your boy was tired. Oh my gosh. Was that exhausting? What a quick week. You know, 3 days. I've never done this before. We took a black car from the hotel back to the airport. You know, sometimes you take an Uber, sometimes you take whatever. But the Ubers in New York City are so expensive, it was cheaper to take a brand new, like Escalade to the airport. Plus, it was 4 a.m. And boy, did your boy feel special taking a private car from the airport to the hotel. I mean, usually it's like amazing race. I'm running around. I'm like trying to find like some, you know, cheap deal or whatever. And at some price, you just got to be like, you know what? Enough is enough. Hook me up with a black car. Or car of any color. I don't care what color the car is, but usually they come in black. All right. Now, hold on a second here. I'm going to play some... Who's this? Instagrammer? Well, I get some weird... I just got spam sent to me. This is Colton, a media support agent from the Instagram Verification Support, California. We hereby congratulate you. Your Instagram account, Media, was reviewed on the Verification Supporter server, approved eligible for the verification badge approval activation process. Would you love getting your account verified? Yes, I would love that. Let's see how that goes out. Let's see what sort of scam I'm about to get myself for $50,000. You can get yourself verified for like $5,000, by the way. You can get in that. It's just a crime. And of course, if you go on a dating show where you bang in a yurt, you can get verified for free. Okay. Let me just get the vocals off here. Instrumentals. All right, let's get into it. New tunes. Lindsay Millett, hello. Hey, or is it Millet? Is it French Millet? Bruce Christensen, breaking news, verified shirt. Dave, that's right. Speaking of which, how about that? For those that haven't seen it. How about that? Can you believe it? Look at that right there. Is that not the best? Look at the hair. I'm thinking about putting it... What if I just, like, put it right here? Maybe just for today. See if I can do it. Would that be too much of a distraction if I kind of just, like, sort of tied it to my thing right there? We could do that. Hey, there it is, folks. Look, everything you need in life. All right, we're moving along. Boy, Angel Victoria said, that's so fitting for Dave, who was fully ready for the wine and charcuterie board yesterday. Now, see, I knew it wasn't. I understand you guys, maybe your content schedule doesn't live or die by Bachelor stuff, but mine does at this point. All right, anyway, the scam's going to continue, but I don't want it to stop us right now. Natalie says, hi from Toronto. Hello, Brianna. Hello, how are you? All right, so we've been populating the chat here, just kind of getting people going. I've got this beautiful Photoshop I did. I used the font that they use for like Titanic, you know? The great unfollowing continues. So look, I mean, you know me. I don't have a real stake in the matter what goes down with the unfollowing, but clearly it's gonna get worse before it gets better. And no, we're not talking about that rash from Vegas, okay? Although that probably will get worse before it gets better. We're talking about Brendan and the fact that he called women, what did he say? Joe and his mob of disgruntled females. I told that to Tasha on the phone. I was like, oh yeah, Brendan's, you know, he's got a couple sound bites. She goes, oh no. And it's like, look, I gotta break an egg to make an omelet here. So for everyone that thinks Brendan's my guy, it's like, no, I mean, we're gonna come hard at him for some of these words. It's like our buddy Mitt Romney saying he's got a binder full of women, disgruntled females. So I was hoping to get a disgruntled female t-shirt made, and I could just throw it on my merch store, because so many of you guys immediately responded and said you would buy a disgruntled female shirt. But I just don't know if I have the time or energy to do that. I texted, I don't know if L-Dog's here. Yeah. I don't know if anyone, what would be a good design for disgruntled female? Should it just say disgruntled female? Like, does it even have to say anything nice? I don't know. How about this? How about if I know Brendan's, you know, going to be having hard times. Maybe if I pay him, you know, a low rate now that he's dropped his following, and he can promote the disgruntled female shirts, maybe. So let's see here. Barbara says, Bachelor in Paradise Canada coming this fall with our friend Brendan Quinn Scanzano. Hashtag the better Brendan. So here it is, folks. There it is. Brendan Scanzano. Brendan S. 26. The Bachelorette. Season 17. So here he comes. And yeah, someone said, when does this start? I don't even know. October 10th. Oh, so, okay, so he already filmed it probably then. Because I know a few people that have filmed it that have contacted me, but when Brendan said, oh, look out for what's to come, I actually didn't think Bachelor in Paradise Canada would be it, because I thought they were only going to pull from people that did Bachelor or Bachelorette in Canada. I think this is great. Are they all Canadians? Like, what's the deal here? What's going on? It looks like they're going to be hanging out at some sort of summer camp, which, by the way, would be a nice change of pace from fighting on a beach. So Lindsay says, disgruntled female on the front, women up on the back. I like it. Brianna Miles says, I would love disgruntled female merch. Power to us disgruntles. Just trying to live life being less disgruntled. If only there was a magic pill to undisgruntle us. I'm not coming to the Motor City anytime soon. I've been there too many times recently. Stick figures. Okay, so Marion says, stick figures with hands on hip, disgruntled female. Well, maybe I'll ask Tasha to make it then. Maybe Tasha can make that for me tonight. There's nothing worse, though, than when I spring something on Tasha. She gets so annoyed because, you know, she's doesn't want to, you know, she's like a perfectionist. So she's like, it would take her like hours to make something perfectly. But yeah, disgruntled female with hands on hip. And it just says disgruntled female. I like that. I mean, it has nothing to do with my channel, but, you know, might as well. All right, so maybe we'll do that. Check in tomorrow. We'll see if we get that going. Tomorrow's going to be a busy day. Do. Library Looky Loo says, I don't think I can get away wearing that shirt in the library. Well, hey, you know, librarians can be disgruntled too. It'd be nice if there was like a little like felt thing, so it could be like disgruntled, or it'd be like a gauge of how disgruntled you actually are. You know, like a little like arrow. I don't know. Jess says, does anyone know how to watch the show in the US? I believe someone had told me HBO Max. I don't know. I mean, I guess I have to watch it, but golly, am I busy. I don't have time for that. It was hard enough to watch Bachelor in Paradise. Now I gotta watch the Canadians, and, you know, I mean, I'm happy for them and all. Good luck. So we got Brendan and Angela, Camille. See, by the way, season 5, how long ago was that? Oh, Bachelor in Paradise season 5. Gotcha. I didn't watch those. Ileana, Alex, we liked Alex, right? Isn't he the Russian guy? Caitlin. All right, so we'll have to see how it goes. Well, I don't know. All right. Let's go back to the main page here and read your comments. Melissa says, I feel vindicated after the who is worse, Brendan or Blake Horstman debate, when people were coming at me hard on Instagram for saying Brendan. I just had a feeling. Well, I mean, I've been saying that Blake Horstman was sort of like unfairly treated for so long. I mean, a single guy, girls are, Ubering their way to his place, even when he tells them not to. Like, give the man a break. All right, let's go back to the most recent comments. Janelle says, hey, Power Recapper. Yes, how are you? Thank you. Thank you for the proper usage of my pronouns are Power. My pronouns are Power and Recapper. That's not offensive, by the way, if someone's wondering. Is that offensive? No. You choose to be offended. Which, by the way, did you see earlier we talked about the 4 agreements? Let me see if I can pull up that. Did I save it? I don't know if I saved it. Let me see if I can pull up the 4 agreements here. Because it's so funny. The 4 agreements is what Natasha was talking about. You know, everyone's read the 4 agreements that has done any work on themselves, because it's jarring how angry. Now I do it in this sort of a performative way. You know, I get kind of riled up here, but it's jarring how angry we get as humans for things that are out of our control. And I understand we get triggered in this and that, but how about this one? Now, Natasha posted this as like a good tool to have. You know, you could read the book, or you could just, don't take anything personally. Tell that to the Reddit. You know what I mean? I'm so offended. Your pronouns are Power and Recapper. Don't take anything personally. Hey, look, yeah, a lot of people want woke points, and they want to be able to like bring change in life, and I get that. But in most cases, you can do that without taking things personally. And boy, are we always offended about something? You know what I mean? All right, starting to sound like Chris Harrison. I better calm down. So anyway, to answer your question, sorry, I just digressed there. This has to be obnoxious. Can you imagine 17 years from now, I'm just a bunch of random gifts that I've received just piling up. What's my take on Aaron and Chelsea? My internet cut out during their date. Aaron and Chelsea. I honestly don't know. I don't know. I mean, Aaron's seems like he's so focused on other people's doings on the show that I don't know how he and Chelsea will do, but we'll have to see. We will have to see. What's so funny is we've only had like 2 rose ceremonies this whole season, right? Michelle said, how was meeting Katie and Blake? It truly felt like just seeing old friends. I had never really spoken with Blake before, but I know that Blake and others had been given my sort of stamp of approval, and he's a good guy. Very, very attractive. Very clean looking. He looks like a mannequin. He's just chiseled and strong. The funny part was when we went at one of the bars, it was his turn to buy some drinks, and he goes up to the bar. And we were in like a danky bar, but in like a really cool area. And these girls go, what the hell are you doing here? Are you Blake? And he's like, yeah, you know. Yeah, because it was a random place to be. But yeah, everyone was nice. Everyone was nice. Erica said, I want merch from Tasha, but it's just actually cute clothing. Well, go to her Poshmark. She's got a ton of clothes she wore like one time for like a modeling job, and she's essentially giving it away very cheap. Danielle wants to call me Jet Setter Dave. Well, someone else said that when I have my jacket on, I look like, they called me Aviator Dave. Do I look like I could fly a plane? Speaking of landing strips, let's get into it. All right. Disgruntled family with a Starbucks cup next to it. Okay, I like that. What if we just call you guys my disgruntled? Yeah, I think I'm just going to call you guys my disgruntled females from now on. Can I do that? I don't want to pigeonhole you like assuming the whole audience is women, but boy, golly, it's about 90%. Bethany said, I design shirts as well. Can do a couple designs and send to you. Yeah, I mean, if you want, I would just feel guilty if I didn't end up using it, you know what I mean? But something, something simple. My only thing is this, is I was like wondering if I do make a disgruntled female shirt, I would want to have it up like tonight, you know what I mean? So I could like pitch it tomorrow when people might actually want it. But I also am like, you know what? That's one more reason for Reddit to hate me. Like, Dave's profiting off of women. But it's like, hey, I mean, that sounds like the type of way you take back a term. You know, you like take, it's like, yeah, we are disgruntled. We're sick of your stuff, you know? Disgruntled females. Brianna says, I would wear disgruntled female merch to therapy. I tell you what, if we make a disgruntled female shirt, I'm wearing one. I'm buying one, okay? We'll do it. But yeah, send me a design. And, I can't promise I'll use it just because, who knows? I don't really know how my own merch site works. I guess I'm a few clicks behind, so I'm sorry about that. Lindsay says, my pronoun is disgruntled female. That's, I'm okay with that. Dave's Power Recappers. You can watch all countries' bachelors at Bachelor Archive. Wow, I'm reading too fast. Archive.com. Shayla says, does anyone know why there wasn't a Bachelor in Paradise episode yesterday? It was the first, well, I'll tell you one thing. It was the first week of Monday Night Football. And I know it's not exactly the same audience, but I think that, amongst some other things, Erica says, let me try to understand this. If you say that's not offensive after anything, it's not offensive, or it's gaslighting. Who's to say which one? That's like an interesting philosophical question there. Yeah, I mean, look, yeah, everyone gets to choose what's offensive to them. Absolutely. It just doesn't mean I'm gonna like respect, I have strict policies that I have to like commit to as a comic, where I go, I will hear someone out if they're offended by something. But in any attempt for humor, I side on the attempt of humor. Oh, geez, it all fell. It's gone. Bring it back later. I have a bunch of zip ties. Maybe I'll just zip tie it right here. I don't know. All right. Araceli says Dancing with the Stars next week, so no more Mondays. Yeah, I know. Dancing with the Stars is about to start up again, and Survivor, and it's like, am I recapping Survivor? Oh, like I might have to clone myself. There's gonna be people that just have like, I'm gonna make like guys just like get my hair cut and just work for me. Dog Lover says, I'm not pleased with Joe or Jasenia from last week. Joe during their show, well, I like Brendan. How long has he done this show with Natasha? Just asking. Well, Joe also didn't get to hear Brendan's like behind the scenes chatter, so they're kind of flying in the blind there. So, Sharon with a super chat. Thank you so much. Dave's disgruntled women. That could be something too, saying Dave's disgruntled women. But no, I think it has to not have my brand on it. You know what I mean? As much as I would like to have my name attached to it. Brock is offended at people being offended, and I'm offended by your offense to the people being offended. Nicole, my favorite, has arrived to the chat. Good to know. Natalie said, isn't Chelsea part of the Mean Girl squad with Serena and Piper? Yeah, the thing is with like the Mean Girl squad, like who's really to say who's the mean people there, Like I'm almost willing to give everyone a benefit of the doubt at this point. Which, by the way, didn't everyone told me, obviously this like Dave gets pizza with Katie thing. Everyone was saying how like I was so lenient on Katie. And then someone made a great point that I wasn't willing to budge on whether or not it was gaslighting. With respect to Katie, feeling her feelings, understanding she's going to go through how she's feeling, and also having not been there, I wasn't willing to say what I saw was gaslighting because I don't understand the term, and I was going to let psychologists explain. And Dr. Diane Strakowski, who's built up a nice little following and built some equity within the Bachelor audience, said the Greg Grippo thing didn't appear to be gaslighting. That doesn't mean she didn't feel that way. It just means we have a sort of a, communication of definition going on, But she said the Brendan thing definitely was more gaslighting. And to be fair, I didn't watch every second of it because I was recapping and doing my thing. So there were things that happened on the episode 2 weeks ago that I did not catch. So to be completely fair, I totally get it. I totally get the fact that things were said and I wasn't sort of there to hear everything. But none of us were really, we just see the edited product. Heather says, love New York City. Where'd you stay? Do you recommend? I stayed at the James Hotel on 29th and Park, and it was so nice. It was so nice. We normally don't stay at a nice place. We normally stay with friends, and we were like, you know what? We just want to go and be and not have to wonder when someone's gonna be there to pick us up, or if we want to get late night pizza and show up wasted back at the hotel, we're not bothering someone. So it was so nice. Sandra says, deep. Don't defend, don't explain, don't engage, don't personalize. That's interesting. And now what is that in reference to? That's in reference to if someone's offended. Don't defend, don't explain, don't engage, don't personalize. I really like that. If you could expand more on that. Christy likes my jacket. Thank you. This is an old one from New York. It's got some rips. It's got some tears in it. I've had this for a long time. It's really falling apart. Don't you love those jackets that fall apart? Although, I don't know if you can hear this, but whenever I'm typing, it's very loud. All right, let's get back. Melissa says, I'm not disgruntled, though. Well, you will be one day. Let me tell you, don't feed them in time. No, I'm kidding. I'm just joking. Sophia says, I do always have a Starbucks cup. That or wine. Oh, a wine glass would be fun. Disgruntled. I don't know. Disgruntled female. Lindsay says, can the shirt just say, my pronouns are disgruntled female? I will not be putting that on a shirt. I will not be letting someone take that out of context, Digress Dave's disgruntled females. All right. What I would love is for someone who's never been a part of our community to what are we watching? What is this? People did want me to roast Brendan for his demo reel. It's a good demo reel. It's really high quality content, to be honest, and it's 5 years old. Sarai says I'm so far behind in the chat. All right, I'm sorry. All right. I'm gonna Dave's mob of disgruntled females. Okay. Moving up. I'm moving up. All right, sorry. All right. Oh, Sarai with a super chat. Thank you. Keep up the awesome work. Left you a voicemail. All right, we'll get to it in a second, Sarai. Bricks and Hammer says, Dave, don't fret too much about those Reddit comments. No, I really don't. But, it is nice to, take the power back sometimes. If there's going to be a thread accusing me of certain things, it's nice to be all right. Because, look, remember Claire's season? I don't know Claire. I don't know her at all. But I was kind of hey, she's having anxiety right now. She's literally having a panic attack. I wasn't raking her through the coals because she was calling guys out. I was saying, it's not right. It's not right that she was having these limbic flares, but it's so clear to see when you watch it. It's is Claire really the B word? Or was she literally in hindsight struggling from breast implant illness? My fiance, with Lyme disease, gets flares of anxiety, real bad anxiety. And you can just, you can't react to that in a way where you're I can't fuel that by getting upset. No, let it pass, breathe, take deep breaths. Pilot Dave, that's right, here to serve you. You guys are the best. I could talk all day just to the comment section. I don't know if this is interesting. Catherine says, y'all, I got my second shot today, and it's kicking my ass. Well, I hope you are able to take that time to rest and recover and come back stronger. All right, I'm all caught up on the chat. Paula says Claire was the worst, and the last Bachelorette was a mean girl. But Paula, that's the grace I challenge you to consider. That Claire probably isn't that bad. You know, a bunch of men with cameras staring at you, a bunch of men on the couch staring at you, trying to look perfect. And then afterwards we find out breast implant illness. You know, a lot is riding on that. So I reject your claim that Claire was the worst. She actually seems quite pleasant, you know. But not everybody thrives in a condition where you need to have like pageant girl face during the war zone that happens there. Amanda Lynn says, I get the periodic anxiety from Lyme disease too, but don't talk about it much. It's good to have sympathy for what people may be going through. Well, I'm sorry you're going through that. You know, Kelly Flanagan, I was texting with her. Name dropping. Oh, pick up the names. Because she has Lyme, and I said, listen, if you have any questions about anything, talk to my fiance, because she has a Lyme doctor in DC, and there's biofilm that comes over the disease, so it protects the co-infections from the antibodies through this biofilm. And when you eat sugar, it makes that biofilm go crazy. There's all these different things that happen in the body that doctors are just learning about with regards to Lyme disease and plenty of other diseases. Someone had commented today that their Lyme disease turned into MS. You know, there's plenty of problems that are out there that can sort of be not cured, but remedied in a way by having a healthier diet. I myself am started today with my intermittent fasting. Don't tell me if it's not good, whatever. I'm doing it. I had a fun time eating food in New York, and I have a wedding to go to in a month, and I need to tighten it up. But it's also for up here. It's for getting rid of the sugar up here. So I had a nice salad today and some cold cuts. All right, because I don't need to have like some crazy crash diet. I just need to stop myself from rewarding my brain at night with food. It's like, I don't need that. So today I didn't have any food really till noon. And some people need food in the morning. I can run all day. You guys have seen my content. Angel says intermittent fasting is great. Wrote a paper on it. I'll let you know how it goes. I started today at 185. I think I'll be down to 175 in the next 4 weeks. I usually can drop weight fast when I want to. We'll have to see. Christine says, so sorry, Tasha, feel better. Well, she's been battling Lyme disease for 3 or 4 years now, and I think she's on the right side of it. She hasn't been retested. It's so expensive to get tested. It's just insane. I think Kelly said her test was $3,500. I think Tasha's was like $600, but it's like different types of tests you can get. I just realized we don't have the timer up, so let me put the timer up here so we know what time we are. Countdown to a date. Let's set this for 5. Actually, let's set it for 4:59. That way I have a minute to get out of here. So 30 more minutes. There's the timer. That's time until tonight's episode. Kimberly said, how do you get Lyme disease? You get it from a tick. It's basically several co-infections, Babesia and a bunch of other ones. And they're pretty nasty. A cousin to malaria. Can be very, very nasty. Very, very nasty. Jamie said, no way, $3,500 just to find out if you have it. There's different levels. There's different pricing points, but that's what Kelly said hers was. I don't know, you get a specialty one. A lot of doctors don't cover it. A lot of doctors don't want to diagnose it. I saw it firsthand. Yeah, Lola Cookie said, R.I.P. Norm McDonald passed away today at 61 years young. One of the funniest comedians of all time. But yeah, not to be all big Debbie Downer here. But that's what we got. All right, let's see if we can play a voicemail or two here. Trying to find out where's my thing? Oh, there it is. Trying to pull up my cord here. Amanda said, similar timeline to Tasha, a no sugar diet healed me at my worst, and every time I start to slip, I feel it creeping back. Yeah, I have a bit about Lyme. I go, my fiance got Lyme disease, and because of that, she can no longer have dairy, gluten, or alcohol, and her body has never looked better. Let me tell you something, folks. You want to drop a few pounds before summer. You go to a picnic with booty shorts on. You will be... You got it. All right. Natalie said I had Lyme 5 years ago. Almost died. Started treatment September 19, then COVID hit. Wow. Beverly says, intermittent fasting works. Been doing it for a year now and lost 15 kilograms. I have no idea how much that is. Thank you. Is that 4 stones? How much is that? All right, let's go in here. Let me guess. Let's do this. Wow, oh my gosh, a lot of phone calls I never got back to here. Let's see. Let's do this. Drink, take a shot if Sarai mentions Mark. Let's get into it.
Hey, everyone. It's Sarai. So I've had some time to think about the Brendan situation. It really reminds me of a couple years ago on Bachelor in Paradise with Joe, Julia, Samantha, and another guy. And how Joe came just for Samantha. They were in cahoots, getting on. It had nothing to do with followers. He just wanted to get on and get it on. And then he just kept Julia around just for the rose. And he used her, and he wasn't apologetic about it at all. He didn't even apologize or anything. And then Samantha used him in return, and dumped him, went for the other guy. It's like that all over again. And then I've got an update on the cat, for those who don't know.
Cat update.
Oh, unfortunately, she passed away on, what was it, Sunday, or was it Monday? I'm losing track of my days. But she passed away in my arms, and so who knows how sick she was before I got her. But she's buried in the backyard, and I found out one of my mice died.
Oh no!
So it's not been a good start of the week. So I adopted 2 more mice, but this time they're females and they're white and they're really cute. And so anyway, that's my update, and I'll see you guys soon in the chat.
Bye.
Okay, bye.
Hey, listen, though, there is some poetic, and I am sorry, Sarai. There is something poetic about the cat and the mouse dying, because now they can have, like, in heaven, they can be like, kind of like, friends that, I don't know. I'm trying to make a joke out of it. I'm just saying. Okay, let's go to Tiffany.
Hey, Dave. This is Tiffany from San Diego.
Hi, Tiffany.
Just calling in. Can't wait to hear your live coverage after this week's episode. Last week, there was too much drama going on to add this, but I wanted to mention my favorite part of last week in an uplifting way was when, at the end of the first day, I believe, on Monday, towards the end, Joe was doing his blindfolded taste test, and when Serena went to give him a kiss, his guest was Abigail. Totally funny. He's so funny. Anyways, made me chuckle and made that whole episode seem so much better. Like, better taste in your mouth at the end. Anyhow, I hope you make it to San Diego soon. I'd love to watch your stand-up. Have a great day.
Thank you, Tiffany. When I do have a show in San Diego, I'm sure I'm going to pull Katie along to come see it. So I will let you know. Hey, Dave, I'm studying to be a minister, and listening to your videos has actually helped seeing things differently. Thanks for that, and keep up the great work. I've got an uncle who is a minister, and I have an uncle who's a priest in the Catholic Church. He's stationed all over Central America. He's been there done it for decades now. And I think it's good to take certain people's sort of I rail kind of hard on purity culture, and it's good to listen to people that have had such bad experiences in different church systems to know that it doesn't have to be that way. It doesn't have to be a way where take the 12-step program. The best thing about the 12-step program, it's not a church, right? But the best thing about it is you're not supposed to talk about it. People are supposed to see the joy within you and see oh man, Dave's doing better. What's the deal? And you go, well, I've been going to meetings. And he goes, oh, I want to feel better. Well, I can give you a list of meetings. You can, and it's promote from that natural place. And in a lot of people, and we've talked about this a bunch, but a lot of people within religion, they think their baseline is being morally superior, and they don't say, that's not something you say out loud. I'm morally superior. You just feel like you are. And that's not everybody, but that's kind of what happens. And then people go, geez, I don't know what I'm trying to say, but it's important to hear the criticisms so that way you can readjust. And, if you're starting to be a minister, I'm sure there's going to be a lot of people you talk to that are on the fence about their beliefs. And it's important to let people come to whatever decisions they come to, because they'll be stronger for them. And I'm sure in theology now, there's less fear-based teaching, but in the Catholic Church growing up, it's damn you to hell, saying, I don't do well when I'm motivated by fear. Not happening. Lola, let's not make. Well, I'll tell you what, Lola. I'll just tell you this because I'm sure you're a nice person, but we wouldn't want to, I don't know, judge someone for their features if they're a bad person, because then it takes away that they're a bad person. Now you're just saying, well, Brandon's ugly. Well, he's a professional working model. He might not be your cup of tea, but his attractiveness doesn't need to come into question because we don't like what he did. You know what I mean? Brendan, for sure, it doesn't have to be your cup of tea. I think I might have missed a super chat. Hold on, let me make sure. Did I miss someone's super chat? Allison Claiborne with a $7 super chat. Thank you so much, Allison. I appreciate that so much. Thank you. Araceli says she'll come to the San Diego show. Great. And again, if anyone's new that wasn't here just a few minutes ago, I've got a show next Monday at the Improv, Hollywood Improv on Melrose. A couple good friends are on this show, so I'd love to get as many people out to this as possible. Hey, proof of vaccination. It'll be nice and safe. It's in a kind of nice, quiet little setting there at one of the best comedy clubs on planet Earth. So if anyone wants to come out to that show, let me know. 7:30 p.m. September 20th. I would appreciate. That's the one. You know, like there's some shows that go, show up if you want. But this is one of those that's like, well, it'll be a good show. It'll be worth your time. At the Improv, they always have the best food, good drink specials, and all that jazz. So anyway, that's that. I'll be promoting that all week. In San Diego, I probably will have shows there soon. I've been traveling so much that I haven't even, the thought of going down to San Diego has been like daunting. We have so much travel going on. All right, what else do we got here? Okay. Oh, right here. Okay, back to the top. Paul said Brandon would be okay. Brendan would be okay if he just admitted he was waiting for the girl he liked. Instead, he kept saying she had no other options. Yeah, well, yeah. And, clearly he tried to talk his way out of the situation when, he should have realized, like a PR person would be like, all right, no further words from my client, and they'd walk you out of the meeting. But he didn't have, they don't have PR people there to be like, you're not coming off well. And in his head, I'm sure he was like, I'll talk my way out of this. I've talked my way out of everything. I had this conversation with Dr. Diane Strakowski that I was like, you know what? I bet you his attractiveness has gotten him out of some bad times before, talked his way out of things. It's just part of how it goes. Anyway, so let's see if we have any other voicemails. I know I haven't really been taking any voicemails today. I just wanted to catch up with you guys, but if anyone wants to call in 401-213-9828, feel free. Natalie says, my boyfriend always says, it's not what you say, it's how you say it. Brendan flopped that. Yeah, I mean, he's for sure going to need to do some... Oh, I got to check something real quick. He for sure has to do some soul searching with regards to how he's going to get out of this, apologize, make amends. That's kind of hard to do at this point. He's probably lost most of the followers that he lost. And now he can just, take the followers that he's got. I mean, I don't know what advice I'd give him. I'd say try to be a good person. Try to go on as many podcasts and talk about it, and try to help be changed. Try to help realize however you are damaged. Hurt people. Clearly he's damaged. Not an excuse. But moving forward, I would say he should probably write off any Bachelor Nation appearances and, maybe just go back to doing, pursuing other things. And, that's probably the best case scenario. Who knows, though? Who knows? Stormy says, Day, how do you think tonight's episode is going to go with Demi and Marissa? Are you saying because Marissa will have a fight with Demi? I'm not really sure. How that's going to go. Demi's obviously going to call out Brendan. This will be the episode that Brendan gets put to the fire here. But we have to see what else is said. Clearly, the conversations aren't over. We know he says, disgruntled females. We'll just have to see what else is next. Jamie said, that's a good point, Natalie. And while Brendan was talking about Natasha had no prospects, he was laughing. Definitely not a nice tone, not a good look. Yeah, it was almost like when you try to use like rational, like he was trying to be rational. Again, do I have to do this every time? I'm not defending him. Someone, I got messages yesterday and I need to not stop reading them because, you know, it was last night the messages were like, eef. But it's like, we try to get into people's minds. We try to get into people's thoughts. We try to like figure out what's the belly of the beast. What are they doing? Brendan, probably because of his talking about followers, didn't think any of this strategic stuff would maybe make the air. Not really sure. But by saying she didn't have prospects, you know, we can't look into his mind and think that it was a blanket statement where Natasha has no prospects for the rest of her life. Brendan took advantage of thinking that she would be, I don't know, it's really hard to rationalize what he was thinking. And I think that's what he needs to sort of own up to like not try to explain it all. At least not for a long time. Just don't try to explain it all. I came off horrible. Those words came out of my mouth. I can't, that's all you can do is just like really, really own it. He'll lose more followers. I don't know if he'll lose that many more. I feel like most people that are social media savvy already booted him. Like they were all part of the trend anyway. The Bachelorettes got hate for still following him. And I got hate for still following him. And I responded to it. I was like, that's just foolish. It's foolish for someone to care who I follow. There's plenty of people that followed our former president on Twitter because they wanted to know what the hell he was going to say. I mean, literally, what he says is tied to the stock market, you know? Same thing like you might hate Elon Musk, but you need to follow what he says because you've got stocks in Tesla. And I might not love what Brendan did, but I am going to talk about whatever statements come out. How foolish of someone to accuse me of like, I don't know, being on the wrong side for still following someone, you know? It's wild. Wild. Sarai says, I feel like tonight is going to be 100% dramatic. I do not disagree. Brianna says, that photo of Brendan looks like a book cover or a movie title. Well, that was the idea. I was going with a movie title. This is a photo from him in a movie where he was probably like looking like he was kidnapped in the backseat of a car. So I made a movie title out of it. Araceli says, who knew getting pizza was such a crime? Yeah, okay. Barbara says, Dave, just be you. We love you just the way you are. Well, thank you. But at the same time, you know, it is nice once in a while to be like, no, I'm not going to let people just conflate. That's the problem is so much conflating happens. Like we cover so many videos that, you know, even like with the Rachel Kirkconnell, you know, situation, we made so many videos that if someone only catches the 13th video, they're hearing like an opinion I'm having and thinking that's like my whole thesis statement. And you got to go, no. This is an ongoing conversation we're all having here. And if you think you've got me figured out, you absolutely don't. But so Brock, here's the thing. Brendan was basically saying nobody wanted Natasha anyway. I don't even remember like verbatim what he said, but in situations like this, it will be important to say exactly what somebody said, you know? Because that's what we're going to do as an audience is we're going to take how we feel about what someone said and fill in the gaps. And you never want that. And that's why like going on the podcast circuit is going to be so good for him. Kevin says, Dave, are you cold? I'm not cold actually. No, I had the AC pumping earlier. It's starting to get a little chillier here in Los Angeles, which is nice. We got back to LA yesterday and it was in the 60s, which, you know, chillier than normal. Melissa says, do you think Natasha would have allied with Brendan to keep him there until Piper got there if he would have told her the truth? That's a great question. And of course, I and the Chatty Broads and a bunch of other people, Reddit threads, hypothesized that Natasha was in on it. Because from the outside looking in, it was like, oh, she has to be in on it. She already met Piper. She knows all these things. She has to be in on it. And I don't, and of course, someone said, Dave, I demand you apologize to Natasha. I've been a fan of Natasha ever since I've been covering, you know, like she's been my favorite on the podcast. I think most of those podcasts are horrible, but I've always enjoyed her takes. I think she would do really good with her own podcast where she could, like, I think Natasha has built enough of a following now that she should pitch her own podcast, because like when she's one of 3 people, I want her in whatever the guest is, kind of off the vine style. That's what I would like for Natasha. I think she can handle that. She's got depth. Donovan Tucker says, I'm more annoyed with the Joe crusade. Yeah, we'll have to see how that transpires today. As we know, it appears Joe is going to go a little bit easier on Brendan than he did on Chris, and that brings back Nick Vial's comment that, like, there's a hierarchy that exists. Going after your intern, it's a lot easier to cut them down than it is to go after, like, someone who might be on your peer level. All right. Okay. Erica says, Dave is the right side. Everyone go follow Brendan now. No, I'm not telling people to follow him. Vote with your dollar. Follow people you want to follow and unfollow people that you don't want to follow. That's all it needs to be. It doesn't have to be some bigger thing. It is like, put people into your life that bring you joy and happiness. But for me, I'm following Chris Harrison and Lauren Zima and all these wild accounts because I'm trying to stay on top of the information. Anyway, you guys get it. Let's see if there's any other comments from just now, or voicemails, I should say. And then we are 10 minutes away. If anyone wants to promote the Discord chat, that's always a fun time. The Discord chat going on. Let's go to Liz in Florida. Let's see what she has to say here.
Hi, Dave. This is Liz from Florida.
Hey, Liz.
I just wanted to say a couple of things. First of all, thank you so much for your content. I really appreciate you. I find the Bachelor franchise to be my escape from reality, and it's just a way to just relax and unwind, and I just really appreciate your content.
Thank you.
I feel like you are very balanced. You try to see all sides, and I don't want to live in an echo chamber, so I really do appreciate the way you approach your commentary, so thank you for that.
Thank you.
I have a comment and a question. My comment is just that I really didn't enjoy the women on Matt's season. I didn't enjoy Matt's season, basically because of the women. They seemed mean girl high school, and now with Piper, Jasenia, and Tammy, they just look so immature, in my opinion.
So young.
And when I compare them to Kendall and Becca and Tia and some of the women from the other seasons, I just don't think they look so great. I don't think that Serena, I don't feel that way about Serena, but just the others. Anyway, and then I have a question, and
Yes.
It's just what people think about Demi. I'm just curious what people's thoughts are about her approach with Kenny and, her comments about going to the boom boom room. Do people think she looks desperate? Do people think she looks sad? Do they think she has a lack of self-esteem, or is that just Demi being Demi? I just feel like she has more to offer, and I don't know, it just makes me a little sad for her, so that's my thought. All right, thanks again for everything. I really appreciate you, and I look forward to listening to you again tonight. All right, take care.
These
Bye-bye.
are the types of voicemails that really fill up my love well. Thank you so much for the kind words. It's always nice when people get what we're trying to do over here. And also, thank you in the comment section for the amazing quote, never attribute to malice that which is adequately explained by stupidity, which also relates back to the 4 agreements. If you don't take it personally and go, oh, this person's, if you understand someone's ignorance versus like thinking that it's got malicious intent, you might live a happier life. Again, not to say calling people out isn't good for social change and all that. You just need to separate the two. Alrighty. So to answer your question, Demi asked Kenny and got rejected from the Boom Boom Room several times, and that's embarrassing to do on TV. I'm sure to be rejected like that. What was her reasoning for wanting to go in the Boom Boom Room? Maybe she was really just wanted to have some boom boom time, but maybe she was using it because that was her way that she's wooed guys in the past. It's not always a way that would work for something sustainable, because things that are sustainable are not just sex driven. It doesn't mean you can't have sex on the first night or this or that. It just means if you're looking for something that that starts and lives just with the sexual side of a relationship, that's going to fade. It's going to fade. You got to find a best friend. You got to find, obviously that's an important factor, but I'm not saying it's bad. I'm not saying it's bad. I'm just saying it appears that Kenny and Demi fizzled after the initial romp happened. I could be wrong. Could be other factors there. Really not sure. Let's go to Annalisa in California.
Hey, Dave, it's Annalisa from California. Two things. One, did Kendall have a date card when she came down for Joe?
Good
It's something
question.
I've been thinking about for like a week. And did she have a date that we didn't see? Because it seemed from the preview like she and Ivan might have something now. Anyways, question. And two, about Dr. Diane, your interview with Dr. Diane, where you're talking about Brendan being so attractive and he usually talks himself out of stuff. I think that he's rarely been on camera to be caught for a lot of this before.
Okay.
But now it's being played back, and you can't wiggle out of being filmed, which is why so many Karens are freaking out now that things are being recorded, and they can't lie about it anymore. Anyways, those are my thoughts. Love your show. Bye.
Bye. Annalisa from California. That's a great take. It's a great take about Karens coming out of the woodworks. Yeah, everything's being filmed. It's not like police just all of a sudden started shooting people, unjustly in the back or implanting, not saying that they all do that, but cell phones have really helped us all keep people in order. A polite society happens when we can record crimes. Likewise, people like Brendan can get called out. And look, hey, this audience is 95% women. And when they see Brendan do something like that, whoo boy, do we have disgruntled females. Rightfully so. Rightfully so. So S says, every week Dave in Bachelor in Paradise has been on. We have had massive storms and weather alerts breaking in throughout the show. So unfair, really. I just hope all is okay and no damage done. Same here. I mean, I guess maybe some of these storms are happening because all the people that are watching, hit the like button, folks. We're at 600 people watching right now. Hit the like button. In 2+ hours, I will be back for an East Coast after episode live stream. Immediately after the episode, come on back, turn it on, go do what you got to do, bump your Harrison, spike the coconut, slam your spade, lance your bass, caress your Burgess, and whatever else we missed. All right. Bethany says, 566 watches and 115 likes. Please hit the like button and support Dave and help his continued growth for this wonderful community. Bethany, so kind of you. Yes, liking is a free act y'all can do, and it's something you can do on every video, even if you're already subscribed. But make sure you're subscribed too. We are inching our way past Nick Vial. We need a, you know what? How about that? We'll throw a live stream when we pass Nick Vial. How about that big live stream party? Is that petty? I don't mean it to be petty. Friendly competition. That's all. Natalie says, I've been defending you on Reddit. Well, I appreciate that. I appreciate that. Let's see. I had to block a troll today because I was bullied. Okay, yeah, block those trolls. Block some trolls. I'm trying to get caught up here. Alana says, that's what we have you for, Dave. We don't have to pay attention or follow them. We just watch your channel to get the gist, and I appreciate that. I have to say, last time I take my jacket off, someone told me to put it back on, and I am kind of hot now. Last thing I'm going to say is this, you guys are a part of what I think is the, this channel. I'm not saying me, but this channel, right? I'm taking myself out of it. I'm just lucky enough to have been the guy that started to put some of this together, but you guys showed up, so you had a thirst for it. And I think it's one of the more unique things in Bachelor Nation, because what we're seeing is that even though people have hot takes, there's woke Bachelor, there's conservative Bachelor, there's all the different Bachelor, even with all those different takes, most people are in agreement. Most of us share similar points of views. Most of us use critical thinking skills, and most of us enjoy humor and are rational and expect, kindness from each other. And we see that, and I think that's a business model people are confused by. I think people are confused that y'all come out here and you say hello to each other, and you say goodbye to each other, and you do so many nice things for me and my fiance and so many people that need help. And I think some are envious of that. And all are welcome in this community. All are welcome. Stormy said, Dave, how are your thoughts on them having mics and cameras in the boom boom room? Apparently some cast members have done it and not known there were cameras. Well, they don't film any of the act, but I mean, that's been going on for years, and it's been going on other reality shows where there's like, innuendo things. Let me tell you something. If there's people fooling around under the covers, they know there are cameras, because let's take a poll. How many people fool around under the covers? I mean, unless you're like, in Central Park or something, No one fools around under the... I get there might be some, flicking the bean going on or something, slinging your spade under the covers, but no one, Anyway, we are approaching the 2.5 minute mark here, so we will get out of here at 4:59. I just got a voicemail that's 2 minutes long, so I will save it for later on. Can't play that long voicemail. So, looks like I'm a few bars behind on the comments, so I'm just trying to... Annie Duffner says, by the way, cute photo, Annie. You all have cute photos, but it's just a cute photo there. Finally got a group of new friends together to watch tonight's episode. So excited. Also very curious what their takes will be to find out if I will really be friends with them. Oh, very funny. Yeah, you think you're friends with someone, and then they're like, they start having some weird take in you. Bruce says, Dave versus Nick caged crab match. All right. Nick likes me, but not enough to have me on his podcast, I guess. What are you going to do, Nick? Come on. Don't be afraid of the truth. I'm just kidding. I actually think that I share a lot of points of view that Nick does when it comes to knowing how productions work and having a more rational centrist thought. I think he has a very rational way of thinking with a lot of things, but don't get me wrong. That doesn't mean, I agree with everything he says, but I think a lot of people don't like his tone more than anything. Which it's well, that's just his tone. What are you going to do, Trisha says, Dave, your shows are my escape. Thank you so much. And Willie Billy with a $5 super chat. We're getting down to the end right now, folks. Getting down to the end. Make sure you hit the like button on the way out. And don't forget, never attribute to malice that which is adequately explained by stupidity. Thank you so much for sharing that quote. I'm going to use it all the time now. Sarah says, yes, you are all the reason this keeps going, and Dave doing the Lord's work for us. Yeah, I mean, look, we couldn't do this if we didn't have an audience, that's for sure. The live stream only exists because of you guys, so thank you so much. All 600 of you, which is an insane amount of people. Again, appreciate y'all so much. The best Reddit comment I got in the Pizzagate Reddit thread was people saying, you know what? Dave genuinely appreciates his audience, and I'm glad that that person believes that. Because even if you guys are disgruntled, I love you nonetheless. All right, folks. We'll see you in a little bit, all right? Everyone have fun. Join the Discord if you want to chat with people. And let me make sure I'm caught up on everyone. Everyone else, thank you for defending the wall with me. And, Heather Fitz with a $5 super chat. Thanks, Dave, from your disgruntled female fan. Oh, I appreciate you guys. All right, bump that Harry. We're out of here. Bye, everybody. Enjoy the show. Dismount for the ages, wasn't it? What a dismount. Nailed it.